I'm gonna start rapping, man. And then everybody gonna be saying, man, I'm being Roy Jones Jr. I'm coming out like Roy. Y'all must have forgot. Yeah. Nah, I can't rap though, y'all. I always been the fighter. I play sports though. I play any sport. I play any sports. Yeah, for sure. We in a rapper session. Yeah, I like this one, bro. I can't rap, man.
Well, I'm dressed, I just gotta work, bro. We got jobs too,
Yeah, I can't rap. That's what I'm saying. So I gotta stick to what I know. I beat people up.
Oh God.
I beat people up. Man. You know what I mean? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. At 12, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Canelo. Man, yeah, we still alive. We got.
The live press conference between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez just shook up the boxing world. After years of trash talk and back and forth, their much-anticipated fight is finally happening. During the press conference, there was a tense face-off, and Crawford said something that really surprised Canelo. Let's go over what happened.
From 147 to 168, and the win become undisputed. Wow.
I want to go up to 68. So who would you fight at 68? Canelo?
If he win, or Charlo, the winner.
Wow. That would be crazy.
I want to be 3-time undisputed.
I don't need to take that fight because then everybody's gonna say it's too small, and then, he needs to enjoy his fight. Okay, he deserves it. I like Spence, but I like Spence and all the respect for him and everything. But I knew. I think is the type of fight Terence Crawford is different. 168, but like he say, nobody's gonna give me credit for that.
Thank you very much.
The excitement for this fight has been growing for years. Both athletes are really strong in their own way. Canelo Alvarez, the king of the super middleweight division, has an impressive record of 62 wins, to losses, to draws, and 39 knockouts. On the other hand, Terence "Bud" Crawford, undefeated with a 410 record and 31 knockouts, has been climbing the ranks, showing himself in every weight class he's touched.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Like, yes man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Masvidal.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as a stepping stone. It's about now.
This fight is more than just different fighting styles. It's about preserving a heritage. People in the fighting world have been anxious to see if these two would ever fight each other. Now that both athletes are at the top of their careers, it's finally happening.
Heard Turkey Al-Sheikh say that he sent you an offer, possibly to face Crawford for coming up here. Is that true, or what happened with that?
No, I don't have any offer. And look, I'm 100% focused on this fight, and then we'll see.
Let me tell you, when Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez walked onto the stage, the excitement was palpable. This wasn't just any press conference, it was the matchup that everyone in the boxing world had been eagerly waiting for since Crawford's amazing win over Errol Spence Jr. in 2023. That win launched Crawford into the spotlight as one of the pound-for-pound kings. But let's be real, critics and boxing pundits have been whispering for years. Has Crawford really been tested? Enter Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight king, a man who thrives on challenges and was more than ready to put those doubts to rest.
Tonight, Terence Crawford was with Turkey Al-Sheikh at the other event across town. Put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comment.
From the moment they locked eyes, the tension was obvious. Canelo stood there, arms crossed, his signature smirk creeping across his face, while Crawford stayed cool and collected. But you could see the fire in his eyes. The crowd was silent, hanging on every second of this epic moment. Then Canelo made his move. Terence, you've been dodging me for years. You know it, I know it, and these people know it. But now there's no running. No more excuses. Boom. Just like that, the room burst. Crawford, who had been calm up until this point, leaned forward, hands clenched on the table, and fired back.
What's your record?
9-0.
9-0. How old are you?
25.
How old?
25, yeah.
25 years old?
Right, yeah. Yeah.
What weight are you in?
Каком весе? Есть переводчик. Lightweight.
Lightweight?
Yeah.
Where were you on the
Doesn't
Contender
matter.
Series? The Contender Series just ended. Where were you?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
You ready?
Give me a chance, please. Yeah. Doesn't matter. UFC. Can't tell the noise.
Dodging you, please. I've been ready. You're the one who's been waiting for the right time. Well, guess what? The moment is now, and you're not going to like what's coming. And that was it. The gloves were off. The heated argument that followed was like something out of a movie. Words were flying back and forth so fast that the reporters could barely keep up.
If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
As the exchange escalated, the room's atmosphere changed. What started as an advertising event turned into a full-blown verbal war. Canelo accused Crawford of cherry-picking his fights, while Crawford shot back, calling Canelo out for avoiding dangerous opponents during his time the top.
Bud Crawford just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
Everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2-3 weights plus less than me. But if the money is right, why not? Right? Why not? But look, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga. I know I have a challenge in front. I never overlook any fighter. So I'm focused 100% in this, and then we'll see.
Security had to step in to keep things from getting physical, but the damage was already done. The message was clear. This wasn't just talk. This fight is personal, and neither Crawford nor Canelo is willing to back down. The crowd was left buzzing, and social media has been on fire ever since, which gets us to the aftermath, because honestly, the fan reactions and expert opinions have been straight up wild. The internet has been flooded with hot takes, memes, and debates with fans picking sides like it's the biggest rivalry in sports history.
The others say no, that's 2 more weight classes. Once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
on one side, you've got the Crawford army hyping up their guy as the undisputed pound-for-pound king, ready to cement his reputation by taking down the great Canelo. On the other side, the Canelo faithful are firing back, saying their man's experience, power, and ring IQ will be too much for Crawford to handle.
I think that Crawford could beat him because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo. And he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good fight.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and every site are buzzing with predictions and fan theories. One fan even wrote Crawford's going to school Canelo like it's a boxing masterclass, while another fired back with Canelo is going to send Crawford back to the welterweight division crying. It's clear this fight has everyone's attention, and it's splitting the fighting world right down the middle.
How is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35, 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. But you have to use your movement. If you're Terence Crawford in that fight, the last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's not just the fans. No, boxing promoters and experts have also jumped into the fray. Promoter Eddie Hearn called this fight a once-in-a-lifetime showdown, expecting record-breaking pay-per-view numbers.
My good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring. I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But, Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't.
Meanwhile, famous trainer Freddie Roach weighed in, saying Crawford's got the skills, but Canelo's power and experience at higher weights give him the edge. It's the classic fight of skill versus strength, and everyone has an opinion. Tim Bradley, a known Crawford supporter, doubled down after the press conference, claiming Crawford's got the mindset and the strategy to pick Canelo apart, and he's going to show why he's the best in the world.
Incline.
On the flip side, Bernard Hopkins, a Canelo advocate, was quick to remind everyone of Canelo's heritage. Canelo has met tougher competition and knows how to handle the pressure. Crawford's in for a rude shock.
Everybody keeps bringing up Canelo. I think that's weird, because you'd have to gain 20 pounds.
Yeah.
But they say that's the money fight. That's the mega fight. That's the money fight. That's the only thing that makes sense for Terence Crawford.
Well, catch weight. You can do something out of catch weight.
What weight you think?
Probably 160 or something.
So you said 154 is the highest you want to go?
Yeah, 158. 60, that'd be.
The experts are split, but one thing's for sure. This fight has sparked arguments like never before. Fans are making their baits, analysts are sharpening their arguments, and boxing promoters are rubbing their hands together at the sheer hype surrounding this mega fight. It's building up to be more than just about it. It's an event that could redefine both fighters' careers, and trust me, the world will be watching every second of it.
I've seen some stuff about with the whole Oscar de la Hoya thing.
I'm glad to go away from him.
Yeah.
He's fucking crazy.
We're really good friends with Dana White, and he doesn't like Oscar de la Hoya too, I said.
Oscar de la Hoya has announced he's coming out of retirement to box again.
Cocaine isn't cheap.
I think nobody.
Because he's a vacuum, right?
Every time he's in problems, he don't have any fighters left. Ryan Garcia, because he signed with him. Now Ryan Garcia, I think he's in a problem with him. That's why nobody wants to be with him, because he's no lawyer.
This face-to-face was almost like a symbolic checkmate for both fighters. If they can't get inside each other's heads now, they're going to have to rely on their gloves, footwork, and game plans, and let's be honest, both of them have some of the best ring IQs in the sport, so with the heat dialed all the way up, what's really at stake here? Legacy. No other word sums it up better. Both Crawford and Canelo are already two of the most accomplished fighters of the current era, but a win for either of them in this matchup is more than just another title or paycheck. It's history. Let's talk about why this fight is different. It's all about the weight groups. Crawford's been dominating at 154 pounds, but now he's going up to face Canelo, who's been crushing it at 168. This isn't just any fight. It's like two bosses from different video game levels going head to head. You have to ask, can Crawford handle the extra pounds? And what about Canelo's power? Is it going to be too much? Or will Crawford's speed and skills be the game changer? This is what makes this fight special, folks. It's not just about the titles, it's about crossing those weight class lines, and that's got everyone hyped. Plus, let's not forget what's at stake here. This fight isn't just about titles, it's about legacy for Canelo. A win would solidify his status as one of the greatest fighters of all time. For Crawford, it's a chance to prove that he's the pound-for-pound king and capable of taking down a legend.
I can't go down anymore. But you know, like he say, you know, when they ask him for the Germonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because everybody's gonna say it's too small, it's too small, it's too small, and then, you know, he need to enjoy his fight. Okay, he deserves it. He deserves it. I like Spence, but you know, I like Spence and all the respect for him and everything. But I knew. I think is the type of fight Terence Crawford is different. 168, but like I say, like he say, nobody's gonna give me credit for that.
Thank you very much.
But it's not just the fans. No, boxing promoters and experts have also jumped into the fray. Promoter Eddie Hearn called this fight a once-in-a-lifetime showdown, expecting record-breaking pay-per-view numbers.
That's right, Cam. Run it up, Cam. That's right. On the toes, on the toes, on the toes. There you go, on the toes. On the toes, G. It's good. I was trying to move right too quickly.
Canelo's reputation is already cemented, but this fight could put him in a league of his own. Crawford, on the other hand, is trying to etch his name into the history books. The stakes couldn't be higher. Interview 18. This news conference was just a taste of what's to come. The fight is set to be one of the biggest events in boxing history, and if today was any sign, we're in for an epic showdown. So who's your pick? Team Canelo or Team Crawford? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more information on this blockbuster fight. This is going to be one for the books. Fight fans, I'll catch you in the next film.